Hello guys, welcome to Grayscale GS, and today we are going to cover an important topic of modern Indian history, that is socio-religious reform movement. So guys, let's begin. So these movements were basically anti-social in nature, and at the same time they resisted the religious evils and the other orthodox and conservative norms of different religions. So let's see. So this movement was not confined to any single religion, rather than it was happening among all the religions that were prevailing in colonial period. So it was happening in Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs. So in Hinduism, the socio-religious reform movement was influenced by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other people like Swami Vivekananda, Dayanand Saraswati, Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, Henry Vivian Derozio. So these were the people which influenced the socio-religious reform movement in Hinduism, and in the other hand, the Muslim socio-religious reform movement will consist of Aligarh movement, Wahhabi movement. The third one is Farezi movement and Deoband movement, etc. There were many more, but these are the some important ones. And the sixth socio-religious reform movement consisted of Singh Sabha movement, Singh Sabha movement, Nirankari movement, Namdhari movement, the next one is Kuka movement, Akali movement, etc. So these were the important movement for different religions. In today's class, we are going to cover only Hindu socio-religious reform movement only. So, so socio-religious reform movement (SRRM). It took place in the 19th century by Raja Ram Mohan Roy and others, and we can divide it into its four dimensions. That is, D1. It was anti-social and it fought against the religious evils of the Hinduism. So it was anti-social and against the religious evils that was prevailing during that time. The second dimension is it was anti-colonial in ideology. So anti-colonial ideology, and it was also influenced by cultural hegemony. The third one is it advocated for the revival of true indigenous culture. So, revival of indigenous culture. And the fourth dimension is it accepted and rejected the Western ideas. So it both accepted some good ideology of Western world and at the same time it rejected the unethical practices of the Western world. So both acceptance and rejection of Western ideas. So it was against the hyper-orthodox and other religious evils like female infanticide. It was against the sati system. It was against the child marriage. It was against the prohibition of widow remarriage. Widow remarriage. It was against the caste rigidity. It condemned the educational backwardness for women. Educational backwardness of women. It was against white racism. That time, racism were it was prevailing at the humongous level that time. So it was against the white racism, and it also included the role of Christian missionaries. Christian missionaries. It introduced the sense of belongingness. In the sense, it united the people in the grounds of indigenous culture. Okay. At the same time, it accepted the Western lofty ideas. It accepted republicanism. It advocated for democracy. It supported secularism, etc. Let me change the background first. Mm. So, the prominent person behind this Hindu SRRM was Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So, he was born in Radhanagar village, Radhanagar village on 22nd May 1772 in Hooghly district of Bengal. He advocated for the abolition of prevailing sati system that time. With the help of William Bentinck. He was the Governor General of that time. And with the help of his efforts, a act was passed by William Kentic by the name of Sati Abolition Act, under which the practicing of sati was completely banned. And he was the scholar of many languages such as Arabic, Persian, Sanskrit, English, Bengali, and many more. The title of Raja was given to him by Akbar II, and his biography is written by Mary Carpenter. And he established Atmiya Sabha in 1815 in order to promote monotheism. It means one God. He also established Hindu College in 1817, Vedanta College in 1825. He also started Utilitarian Mission with the help of William Adam. And one of the most important contribution of Raja Ram Mohan Roy is establishment of Brahmo Samaj in 1828. Now next is some literary works of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Literary works of Ram Mohan Roy. So he started a weekly journal by the name of Tohfat-ul Muwahhidin, which means gift to monotheism. It means worship of only one God for all. And it was in Persian language. The second work is Samvad Kumudni. It was a Bengali weekly. That means moon of intelligence. And it was the first newspaper which was edited, published, and managed by Indians. So it was managed completely by Indians. And his one of the most important literary work was Mirat ul Akbar. That means mirror of intelligence. It consisted socialistic ideas. And it was the first paper to be banned under Indian Press Act. So our next topic will be ideology of ideologies of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So he advocated for women rights such as right to inheritance and property for women, and he was against the practice of polygamy, and he was the man behind the abolition of sati system. He also advocated equal rights for men and women. He was against the idol worship. He advocated monotheism, under which no sacrifice was permitted. He also advocated for many political ideas like freedom of press, trial by jury, reduction in land revenue, and he was also in favor of protection of peasantry, means farmers. So basically, he was against the evil practices of Hinduism that was prevailing in India that time, and which was mostly against the women and small caste people. So he fought for them. Okay. So our next topic will be Brahmo Samaj. It was established by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So it was established in 1828 in Calcutta. It was made by the aim to purify Hinduism and to preach monotheism, and it was based on the pillars of Vedas and Upanishads. Other than Hinduism, it also accepted the good and ethical teachings of other religions. So these were also accepted by Brahmo Samaj. After the death of Raja Ram Mohan Roy in 1833, after the death of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, the management of Brahmo Samaj was carried on by Devendra Nath Tagore, and this man organized Tattvabodhini Sabha, and which was formerly known as Tattva Ranjini Sabha, and later the name was changed to Tattvabodhini Sabha, and a journal was published by the name of Tattvabodhini Patrika. This Tattvabodhini Sabha was the main organizational wing of Brahma Samaj. After that, the Brahma Samaj was divided into two parts. The first one was known as Brahma Samaj of India. Brahma Samaj of India, and the second part was Adi Brahma Samaj. So Brahma Samaj was disintegrated into Brahma Samaj of India, and the second one is Adi Brahma Samaj. This Adi Brahma Samaj was managed by Devendranath Tagore, and this Brahma Samaj of India, it was under the influence of Keshav Chandra Sen. This man is also a prominent personality in social religious reforms. He was a pioneer of progressive ideas, and he also carried out many social reforms such as inter-caste marriage, widow remarriage, widow education, and he also negotiated the Parda system. He published a journal by the name of Sulabh Samachar. In 1870, Keshav Chandra Sen formed Indian Association, which persuaded the Britishers to legalize the Hindu marriage, or rather, you can say Brahma marriage. And by the effort of this association, a Civil Marriage Act was passed by the government to legalize the Hindu marriage. Next is Prarthana Samaj. So Prarthana Samaj was also an important institution under socio-religious reform movement, and it was founded by Dr. Atmaram Panduranga in 1867 at Bombay. And we can say that it was an offshoot of Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj, which was later joined by M.G. Ranade and R.G. Bhandarkar. R.G. Bhandarkar. Now, there was a guy whose name was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. He also contributed as much as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and he is related with passing of widow remarriage act. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy started the reform movement, and after his death, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar also contributed in this reform movement, and he brought positive revolution in education system of Bengal. He refined Bengali language, and he wrote a famous book which was known as Parinoe Porichoy. Actually, I was trying to pronounce it in Bengali accent. So it's Parinoe Porichoy. So its main contribution was Widow Remarriage Act, which was passed in 1856. He raised his voice against child labor, against polygamy. Polygamy, polygamy. It is basically the practice of one husband having multiple wives at the same time. So he was against this practice. He advocated for the entry of low-caste people in colleges and other educational institutions. Institutions. So his all these efforts resulted into the formation of modern India. And our next topic is role of Vivekananda. So Vivekananda, he was also a great social reformer, and he is known as father of Indian nationalism. Nationalism. So Vivekananda advocated for cultural defense, and it was done by reviving and glorifying the old and indigenous culture of India. So revival and glorification of indigenous culture. For this, he gave the concept of self-glorification, self-glorification towards own culture. That means first you have to start feeling proud of your culture. Only then the others will respect your culture. So this is the concept of self-glorification. He has also done many reforms like social reforms, religious reforms, and he made the Hindu religion to be called as Sanatan Dharma. He has also made some political reforms. He advocated humanism and nationalism as well. Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission. So Ramakrishna Paramhans was the mentor of Vivekananda. He gave the concept of spiritual conquest of the world rather than the materialistic conquest. He attacked on colonial cultural hegemony. So he attacked on cultural hegemony. That means the social and cultural evil which were faced by the people. In 1893, he attended the World Parliament of Religion. in Chicago. And after hearing him in the World Parliament of Religion, the local newspaper New Herald, it reported that we feel how foolish it is to send missionaries to this learned nation. That means it was the act of foolishness to send missionaries in the land of Vivekananda. Everyone was influenced by his lecture. He favored the concept of self esteem, self respect, and building such character to lead a dignified life. So, these were the contributions of Vivekananda which helped the Indians to lead towards the modern India. The next topic is Swami Dayanand Saraswati. So, Swami Dayanand Saraswati. His real name was Mool Shankar, and he was also a social reformer. He was against the caste system, child marriage, and exploitation of women. He also advocated monotheism. He gave the slogan "Go back to Vedas." After that, he started a revivalist movement which was known as Shuddhi movement, with the aim to re-Hinduism the people. And this movement created a communal tension among the Muslims, and the Muslims started Tabligh movement, Tabligh movement against the Sudhi movement. He started Arya Samaj, which later created an educational institution which is DAV, that is Dayanand Anglo Vedic. These are schools which are still in practice. Arya Samaj was later divided into two parts. The first part advocated about the traditional and orthodox Gurukul system, which was pure Vedic, and it advocated the Brahmacharya. It was started in Haridwar by Shraddhanand, and the second part was known as college section, that is DAV schools. It advocated the Vedic education along with Western education. It advocated for modern and co-ed schools. Co-ed means the school in which girls and boys study together, and it was advocated by Lala Hansaraj and Lala Lajpat Rai. And our next and last topic is Young Bengal movement. Young Bengal movement. So the Young Bengal movement was founded by Henry Vivian Derozio. Henry Vivian Derozio. He was a professor at Hindu College, and he started this movement. So, so they basically attacked on traditional and orthodox customs of Hinduism. They advocated for women's right and education. They supported press and public associations in order to educate public on current socio-economic platforms. Okay, although his intentions were good, but the orthodox people of that time were unaware of his Western ideas, and this guy used to call goddess Kali as Madam Kali, which was unacceptable by the Orthodox Indian society, and therefore they started criticizing him on these grounds. But although his intention was good, and he also supported the social reforms in order to build nationalism among Indians. So that's all for today. I hope you all will like this lecture, and thank you.